I first started giving to United Way probably about 15, 20 years ago when I got more involved in the community here in Lawrence. And I was looking for an organization that was bringing partners together to work on common issues in our community, notably issues around poverty. And we have 16% of the people in our county, Douglas County, are living below the poverty level. And I thought United Way would be a great mechanism to really respond and to help empower and lift people up out of poverty. I want to tell you an interesting story. So I volunteer at Just Food, which is one of our partners. I was there this morning and I was serving people. I was in the middle of the winter last year and a woman came in to Just Food and she was freezing. She was not well. And I learned that she was living in one of the tents. She was homeless living here in our community. And at the time, I gave her some soup that she could take with her. But as I was talking to her, I realized that her needs were a lot more than just having some warm soup in her belly. Most likely, she needed to see a doctor, and I wondered if she had access to medical care. She's living in a tent in the wintertime, and I wondered if she had access to housing. And as that woman left and she walked out of the door, I kept thinking to myself, there is a real need in this community for an organization that looks at the wholeness, the totality of people that are struggling. Here's why I think it's really important. And people often say, well, I'm not going to give to United Way, but I'm going to give directly to an organization that I care about, whether it's Just Food or the Ballot Center. And I want to say to them, that's fine. That's great. The more generosity, the better. It's not about either or, but it's really about both and. However, a lot of people don't have the time to research different organizations to know where those dollars are going to be spent the way that we believe they're going to be spent to do the most good, to maximize the community impact of that dollar. And so I think that United Way has built up a trust factor in this community where people trust that United Way will do the accountability and research to make sure that those dollars are spent in the most effective way possible to bring about change in our community. My hope for the future of United Way is that we will not be just necessarily a funding organization for other community partners, though we are that and hope we continue that, but that we will be known in this community as a organization, and maybe the critical organization that collaborates with others, brings us together to tackle. It's atrocious that 16% of the people in Douglas County are living in poverty. 16%. Most people don't know that. Who's going to be there for them, and who's going to be responding to those folks? And I think United Way is in a unique position to bring people together around the table to solve that really knotty community problem.